On December 22, 2022, just before Christmas, an unknown breed white dog was abandoned in front of the animal shelter Instituto Amor en Paz, IAPA, which translates to Love and Paws Institute in English. What set this dog apart from many others left to fend for themselves was that she was heavily pregnant. IAPA, located in Sao Paulo, Brazil, is an animal rescue shelter accustomed to receiving its fair share of strays and abandoned dogs, given Brazil's staggering stray dog population of over 30 million as of November 2021, with Sao Paulo alone having 1,000 dogs per square kilometer. However, this particular dog, whom the staff named Nata July, stood out due to her advanced pregnancy. Her noticeably large belly indicated she was near the end of her pregnancy and expecting a sizable litter of puppies. Initially, Nata July was incredibly nervous when she arrived at the shelter, and understandably so. She found herself in a completely unfamiliar environment, far from her comfort zone, abandoned by the humans she had trusted, and anxious about the fate of her unborn puppies. Fortunately, the shelter staff were compassionate individuals dedicated to ensuring the mama dog felt secure and comfortable enough to give birth safely. They understood the urgency of helping her settle quickly because if she felt threatened or unsafe, she might delay giving birth, jeopardizing both her and her puppy's lives. Through gentle care and reassurance, the staff managed to calm Nata Julie and demonstrate that they posed no harm to her. Once she had acclimated to the shelter environment, several staff members promptly arranged for her to see the shelter veterinarian the following day. Concerned about Nata Julie's weakened state and lethargy, they wanted to assess her health and monitor her pregnancy for any potential complications. Following a thorough health examination, including an ultrasound scan of her belly, Nata Julie was declared to be in perfect health and allowed to return to the shelter to await the birth of her puppies. However, the question remained, why was she abandoned in front of the shelter if she appeared to be well cared for and healthy? After contemplating various possibilities, the shelter staff concluded that Nata Julie's previous owner likely became anxious upon discovering her pregnancy. Despite her good condition, the responsibility of caring for a pregnant dog may have been overwhelming for them, leading to her abandonment at the shelter. Observing the considerable size of Nata Julie's belly and speculating that she was carrying multiple puppies, her previous owner likely concluded that they either couldn't afford to care for all the animals or simply didn't want the responsibility. This led to the decision to abandon her at the shelter, a sadly not uncommon occurrence. With no other recourse available and the staff committed to doing everything possible to assist Nata Julie and her puppies, they initiated a close watch over the expectant mother. They wanted to ensure someone would be present during the birthing process in case Nata Julie required assistance. For several days after her arrival at the shelter, a staff member stayed with her constantly, ensuring she had ample food and water and was kept warm and comfortable. Often, a staff member would sit with Nata Julie in her kennel, supporting her upright and gently massaging her swollen belly to relieve some pressure and discomfort. Given the significant strain on her body from the advanced pregnancy, they hoped these actions would alleviate her discomfort and potentially stimulate labor. As the soothing circular motions might help move things along in the womb, they also hoped it would encourage the puppies to be born. As days passed, concern grew among the shelter staff. Nata Julie was approximately 9 weeks pregnant, bordering on overdue, considering the average gestation period for a dog is between 58 to 68 days. However, veterinary intervention was not necessary, as shortly after concerns began to mount, the birth began. Nata Julie finally went into labor early one morning after showing signs of discomfort for some time. Eventually, she settled down and positioned herself to safely deliver her puppies. The shelter staff eagerly awaited the arrival of the adorable pups. To their astonishment, the first puppy, a beautiful little boy with a coat like his mama's, made his debut into the world. A staff member gently brought him to Nata Julie's face for bonding. Soon after, more puppies followed suit, each one a miniature replica of their mother. Excitement filled the air as the staff anticipated the size of Nata Julie's litter. On average, dogs have 5 to 6 puppies per litter, but the shelter team was in for a surprise. After hours of intense labor, Nata Julie birthed an astounding 14 puppies, and miraculously, all of them survived. The puppies, with their snowy white coats and tiny pink noses, closely resembled their devoted mother. After ensuring all the puppies were accounted for, the shelter staff took them to the vet for checkups. Fortunately, all the puppies were healthy and thriving, growing rapidly each day. Due to the large litter size, Nada Julie faced a challenge in feeding all her babies simultaneously, as she had a limited number of teeth to produce milk. However, with the loving care of the shelter staff, Nada Julie and her pups were off to a promising start. To assist Nada Julie, the shelter staff rotated the puppies, ensuring only a few nursed at a time so each received enough milk. The staff members were overjoyed for the new mama and looked forward to finding loving forever homes for the puppies once they were grown and ready.